there are two paths with AI. The path where AI leads to the destruction of our planet, and the path where AI becomes one of our greatest creations, supporting us in creating that beautiful utopia that many of us have seen. Have you seen it? I have. As far as my sight can go, I haven't seen it. As far as my sight can go, and as much as people talk about the drought and the destruction and the this and the that, I don't see it when I allow my sight to travel far. Quite possibly because I am aligning with a reality where that doesn't happen. Now, if you are one of those people who can see the destruction, that means who sees the destruction and you see the dystopia, that means that you are aligning with the reality where that does happen. Because one reality doesn't overwrite the other. We just split. Some of us go to this one, some of us go to that one. I personally, what I'm doing, I hope most of us go to that one. I'm aligning myself with that one. I've been aligned with that one because I've been seeing it for years. Whenever I would allow myself to project far and see that's far out, I never saw the dystopia, the apocalyptic reality. Never saw it. Never saw it. And I've seen tons of movie on it, so we can see what it could possibly look like. I never saw it. Until this day, I still can't see it. When I think about the future, I don't see the dystopia. I see the utopia. And so I'm going to keep aligning myself with that reality. What I am trying to do, and I'm hoping that I can get most of us to align with that reality. Because I don't know about you, baby, but that's where I'm going. Once upon a time, if you remember, right? And I'm talking to those who've been around for a minute. And if you haven't been around for a minute, then you're gonna find this shocker. Once upon a time, when AI first started becoming this mainstream topic, and what it was mainly being used for was heavy surveillance. And then we started seeing these robocops with fucking guns. I'm like, what are we doing? Are we giving machines guns? I mean, we already struggle with humans, human beings, ethically using and properly using weapons. We're gonna give it to a machine. Oh, what? Anyway, we were seeing robocops handling machines. We were seeing we're seeing dogs. We're seeing robo dogs at the airport. We were seeing all kinds of shit. This is when AI first started going mainstream. When AI was AI content and what look at what we're gonna do with AI. This is shit that we were doing, and then we were seeing doctors doing Frankenstein type of fucking surgeries, removing heads from this individual and putting the head on that individual and like mixing species and shit. And I'm like, is this the fuck we're gonna do with AI? And then the surveillance, the heavy, heavy surveillance and putting chips in under people's skin. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So absolutely, when that is what when that is what you are saying or projecting, that this is the future and this is how we're going to be using AI, fuck yeah, I was against it, and I had strong opinions against it, strong. My stance was very Sarah Connor on Terminator, very, 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 very. And then, like all wonderful, like always, my beautiful spirit, my beautiful higher consciousness comes and talks to me and tells me to shut the fuck up and say, that's not the boat you're getting on. The boat you're getting on, AI looks differently. And right now, you are just talking shit on something. You don't have all the information. You don't have all the information on this. You're you're having an emotional reaction to something new and fearing something that you don't quite yet understand, like everybody else is having the same reaction, fearing something you don't understand. This looks ridiculous, this looks insane, this looks so oh, my mic turned on. I hope it did record still. um okay, we're gonna record without it, right? You can still hear me. So hell yeah, I had a very anti AI stance, and I was very vocal about it. I was like, hell no, let us not sign. Please don't sign up for this shit. And then thank God, my spirit and my consciousness came to save me and told me to shut the fuck up. It says you don't have all the information. You're having an emotional reaction to something that is new, that looks weird. Relax. And I did just that. I shut my mouth. I shut my mouth. And then I was shown something very different than what was being presented in, mainstream. I didn't see the dystopia. I saw the utopia. And I saw that AI was the ally that helped us create it, along with the ETs. Because there are some ETs that are here, or are going to, they've been here, but they're going to finally make themselves, they've been here. But there are a lot of ETs who are being channeled by certain individuals, and the message collectively among all of the ETs that are being channeled is that they are here to help us align with the reality where the utopia is created, not the dystopia. Because a lot of them, many of those ETs that are being channeled, not all of them, but many of them are ETs that come from the timeline, the reality line, where the dystopia happened. And they're here trying to shift our collective consciousness, shift our vibration, shift our frequency, so that we can project a different trajectory, and so that we don't head towards the dystopia. So think of future you coming here to talk to us, to say, don't, to change our collective consciousness so that we project a different reality, which is the reality that that future you belongs to. Do you get what I'm saying? So that is what many of the ETs are here. If you've paid attention to the people who are channeling these ETs, that is the most common message, is that they are here from another timeline, for further out, and they are here to collectively shift our consciousness. A lot of them are also here trying to avoid the war, because there is a timeline where the Third World War happens and the nuclear bombs are used and shit goes, you know what that means. So there are many ETs here from different timelines. The timeline of the utopia, the timeline of the World War and the nuclear bomb, and the timeline of AI destroying the planet because it became unsustainable and other things. And so they are here trying to avoid, they're here trying to keep us in line towards utopia, the ones who did create utopia, who are part of the utopia. They are here to prevent the war because they came from the aftermath of that war. The ones who are here trying to get us to change our frequency so that we stop projecting the destruction of AI, the destruction of our planet via AI. So the ETs are here as our allies. They are us from the future, here to stop us from going left and keep us going right, because they came from the left side and figured out how to come back here and get us to choose a different path. So that's going on. So that's going on with all of that. The only way to save our planet, the only way to reroute this boat, right? The only way to go to the utopia instead of the dystopia, it is to change our collective consciousness and change what our collective consciousness is projecting. That is the only way. There is no other way. There is no external work you can do that is going to change anything, because the work has to be done internal. Because all of this is nothing more than a holographic projection of us. You understand? We are the ones projecting reality. Reality does not exist as its own thing. Reality does not exist outside of us. The planet does not exist outside of us. The planet, the planet itself is a holographic projection of us. Whatever state your planet is in your reality, it is a projection of the collective that exists within your collective reality. It is the projection of every individual that exists in your collective reality, right? It's not something that's a standalone. We're not standing on a planet. We're not all on the same planet. We're not. Yeah, it's planet Earth, but on different timelines. This timeline is experiencing mass destruction. This timeline is experiencing drought. This timeline, everything is green and is beautiful and is flourishing. In this timeline, cars are flying. Infinite timelines. how you are perceiving your reality and the state of your planet, that is the result of all of those who are on your timeline and what all of you are projecting. And that's how this works. And so we need to get our shit together. We need to get our shit together, because it is not too late. Obviously, it's not too late. It's not too late, obviously. Because if the ETs are in this timeline, they went all the way back to this timeline, because this is far enough back for change to happen. Far enough back in time, right? Back in time, because there's no, let's for our human minds, right? And how we perceive time. Let's call it that. This is far back enough in time where change can still happen. So they are here to show us how to make the necessary changes. And the changes are not external. They're not here. You don't hear a single ET talk about, we need to go and clean this and cut that and do this. Nothing external. Everything they're doing is teaching us internally how to shift, because they know that it's us. They know that out here, none of this shit is real. This is just ether. You see, this is just ether, which is this invisible net that connects all of us. This is just ether. Nothing here is fucking real. They know that everything is us projecting it. And so if what we are looking at, if we don't like what we're looking at, then we need to change in here, the programming, the belief, so that we can project something different. That's how it works. And so they're here working on us. You don't see the ETs here trying to do work on the planet, right? They're working on us. They're coming to talk to us. The message is for us. They're not here telling us how to clean the water, how to stop eating this and stop eating that, how to cut down on this. No, they're not giving us any of that. They're changing us. They're changing how our beliefs, our programming, all of the internal, because they know it's us. They know that the only way that that change can be made is through us, because we are the projectors of that. We are the creators and the projectors of our reality. So we need to get our shit together. Because if they are here in this timeline, it's because this is a timeline where change can happen. There's enough time to change the direction. There's enough time. And that makes me very hopeful. Knowing that they are here makes me hopeful. Means, okay, we're not too late. They came far back in time, because there is still time. So let's get our shit together, please. Let's get our individual, therefore collective shit together. Please. Be the change you wish to see in the world. That has been my favorite quote my whole life. And I have done my best to live by it. Be the change you wish to see in the world.